Yes, sir. Come on in the building. Yo, 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 good people. It's your homie HerbMan, busting you back upside the head with another hot banger boogie. Please go tell somebody to go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. And if you are new to the program, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all of the platforms at Love HerbMan. All right. So I am your neighborhood holistic practitioner. I am none other than the one and only HerbMan. All right, so welcome to the HerbMan Show, you guys. We're coming live from South Africa, live on YouTube, live on TikTok. Please go get somewhere, be situated on this Friday morning on the East Coast. But I am 4:21 p.m. into your Friday, so I can tell you this is going to be an awesome day. All you got to do is take it in, okay? Just take it in, relax, breathe. Early in the morning, let's get our deep breaths in. Let's get our balance in. Let's make sure that we're able to get our balance. We're not looking to do anything strenuous, right? We're not letting anything stress us out. And that's what we teach you here on the HerbMan Show. You cannot heal yourself without knowing thyself. So we teach you here about the human frame and the human design so that you guys can be well on your way to happiness, wholeness, and wellness. How many of us want that? Okay, so we're going to teach you how to get to your happiness, wellness, and your wholeness here on the HerbMan Show. All we ask you guys, this is a free information station. You don't have to pay for anything that you hear here today. All we simply ask for you to do is pay attention. How you do that on the HerbMan Show is by double tapping that screen and getting us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. I know that sounds like a lot, but I'm going to work for you. You're going to work for me. We're going to work together to get this message out that healing is simplistic, okay? And I'm going to show you today why you want to go back to simplicity, especially during the hard times of life, especially during these hard times of life. You want to be able to get back to the simpler things in life so that you can get the more earnest fulfilling that you need in your life. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, you guys. Once we get to 1,000 likes, we'll get into the subject matter at hand. Again, you guys continue to tap. Once we get to the 1,000 likes, we'll get into the subject matter at hand. Now, I've been teaching you guys for years and years and years that the owner's manual and cosmology and biology are the best two things in order for you to really understand your tendencies, your worth, understand how you tick and how you talk, right? And so it's just ironic and it's just a coincidence that we're using TikTok to be able to get this particular time message out. The time is near, you guys. Time is near. We ain't talking about time to the end of the of earth. We're talking about time for the end of the ignorance. Okay, time is near. Okay, time is near. All right, the time is near. Right, but this ain't about the end of the earth. It's about the end of the world. And the earth and the world are two different things. The earth, man can't destroy, but your world you created within the earth. And so it is about to be time for this world concept, this ideology, this whole kind of rigmarole of what we know and what we don't know. So many people think they know something today, they didn't know something yesterday. It's all just a buffoonery and it's all just a conglomerate of lost souls. And so what's happening is that the time is about to end where people are no longer lost. So your 40 years of wilderness is about to end. Now, here is the thing. When you understand that this time is near, then you'll understand that this ain't about being the death of the body, okay? So the death of the body is the thing that everybody is afraid of, okay? But this particular time running out, you keep thinking that it's about this. So all your life, everything that we're doing, everything that we're teaching you, all the things that you've been programmed under is to be prepared for this right here in the end. So this is supposed to be your designated end. And this is the wrong end to be waiting on. This is the wrong end. Remember that this is not a physical death, but that's in the teaching. So you think when people die that this is the physical death. But what I'm trying to teach you is that it's not really talking about that. When the time is about to end, it's the death. This is the actual end. The actual end is when we're able to provide the depth of the fleshly mind, you guys, not the fleshly body. Okay, so what's happening? Okay, so what's happening is just this simple, and I'm glad that this is on YouTube, you guys, so you guys can go and watch this as soon as we get finished. It'll be uploaded. All right, so keep tapping out, keep talking, you guys. So what's happening is you are experiencing this one, but you're never experiencing this one. What's happening is all of your symptoms are coming from here that you think, but they're really coming from here because this is the imprisoned issue. This is the imprisonment right here. This is where the slavery is happening, not to your body, to your mind. This is where the imprisonment is happening, not to your body, to your mind. This is where the matrix is happening, not to your body, to your mind. This is where the disease is happening, not to your body, to your mind. This is where the addiction is happening, not to your body, to your mind. This is where all of the stuff should be happening, but you are coming into the matrix being programmed that this is the end of you. And I'm trying to tell you that if you make this the end of you, this won't be the end of you. Now, y'all can go ahead and go now. If that's what you came here for, that's the message. Peace. I love you guys. You can go ahead and go about your business. So what we're trying to get you to understand, it is because you're off track. You're off track with what you should kill or what should be the depth of something, and it's not your life. It's the depth of those things that are blocking you from the heavenly conscious. Okay? It's not depth of your life. It is the depth of the things of your will in your life. Okay? You got to learn how to peel back, and you got to learn how to be a warrior, and you got to learn how to fight yourself. So when you learn how to fight yourself, so all the time that you're supposed to be in the school of humanity, right? In the school of humanity, every day, okay, every day the initiation process is to get you to be a great warrior against the self or the fleshly mind. Every day you're waking up, you're in a school to where you're really needing to learn how to be a great warrior against yourself, the fleshly mind, not against your body. Your body ain't did you nothing wrong. So all this fasting and all this, I don't want to eat and I'm going to just get skinny and just really what you're doing is you're sacrificing your body for this higher consciousness. And I'm saying that you don't have to do that. You're supposed to be able to understand how to manage both things because you're going to need both. If you get a super high spirit and your body no longer is fucking working because you done fasted to death, then it don't matter. You ain't coming back to the body. You done killed yourself, Buddha up under the tree without eating. You done killed yourself, monk up in the mountains without eating. So yeah, you got a high spiritual calling, but you don't get to come back. You got so spiritually high, you know earthly good. Okay, so the school that you're going to is the know thyself, but you don't know thy tendencies. So how are you going to be a good warrior against your own tendencies? And that's why we run into disease. You don't know that you're going to like that chicken and beer and liquor and weed and drugs. And you don't know that you're going to like it like that because you don't know yourself until you get into these situations. You don't know that you're going to do anything for the money. You don't know that you'll do anything for the spouse. You don't know that you'll do anything for the children. You don't know that until you start getting into these situations. And so therefore, again, now you're not a great warrior against yourself. So therefore, when fleshly mind wants to do something, therefore the body is in control. How many of us can really attest to or admit that right now your body is in control? Right now your body is the brain of your life. Okay? Right now your body is the brain of your life. It ain't even your mind. Right now, your body is dictating the mind. When the body wants something, when flesh wants something, when the carnal mind wants something, then guess what? This is the driving force of who you are today. And this is going on in Christians, it's going on in Jews, it's going on in Muslims, it's going on in atheists, it's going on in Scientologists, it's going on in every single person on the planet. It's going on in Asians, it's going on in Spanish, it's going on in Africans, it's going on in Europeans, it's going on in African Americans, it's going on in Australians, it's going on in every single person here. The body is in control. So when you're looking at biblically and you're looking at what were these decoded messages, it was to control this aspect of who controls your life. Is the body controlling your life? Well, if the body is controlling your life, this is what they call the devil or the evil in you. When the body is in control of the life of the human species, then that's what they call the devil, the evil, and then ultimately you're going to get the other D word. When the body is in control. So 99.9% of us, this is the God of your life, your body, your wants, your needs, and your desires. The body's wants, needs, and desires. So when you want to smoke, you'll smoke. When you want to eat, you'll eat. When you want to drink, you'll drink. When you want to fuck, you'll fuck. When you want to argue, you'll argue. When you want to go get it, you'll go get it. When you want to lay back and be lazy, you'll lay back and be lazy, because the body and the carnality of the mind wanting to please, have pleasure of the fleshly understanding of this particular experience, then this is the force to be reckoned with. So it ain't about God and man. It ain't about God and money, because the money coming from the body. The body wants the money because the body has been programmed that with money, you enhance the body. So what you mean by enhancing my body? That means I get new shoes on some butt naked feet. I get new clothes on a butt naked body. I get a shelter on a homeless body. I get a car on a walking body. I get a good money in a financial environment. So therefore, the body says, okay, capitalism is the thing, and so I want what makes the body comfortable, not what makes the mind. So therefore, you'll go to work to make the body comfortable, but your mind is still at bay. You'll go to this and you'll do that, and you'll go all these different things and experience all these different things to make the body comfortable, to add pleasure, to provide pleasure, dopamine to the body, but you won't be able to do anything when it comes to the mind. Okay? Right? So we're teaching you guys about how to get into perfect balance. And that's why the owner's manual is so important. Okay. So when you got the body in control, then this is the brain of your life. And this is going to cause it to be in these levels where you're calling it devil, evil, death, right? Because the body is controlling all of the sensations and the experimentations, and it's controlling your whole experience. Okay. The body is controlling the whole experience. So what there should be death to is not your physical body, but to your carnal mind, meaning that there's a compartment in your brain that is going to look out for the body. And that's fine. Left brain, right brain, we get it. There are compartments in our brain that's got to protect the body, just like the body got to protect the brain. And so there is what we call a bidirectional it's a bidirectional communication. Okay, so where the body got to protect the brain, right, and the brain got to protect the body. Okay, the body got to protect the brain, but the brain got to protect the body. So what's happening is the body in most of us is in control over everything, and what happens is, just like you and your old lady, sometimes y'all get to fighting and arguing, and the body want to go separate ways from the brain. And sometimes the body want more than what the brain wants. Now, here's the thing. The body knows that the brain is in control, but there is a fight there. There's a fight, remember, against the devil and Jesus, against the devil and God, against man and woman. There's a battle within of who wants to be in control. So body is saying, look, I make this nigga happy. I make the spirit of this motherfucker happy. The body is telling the brain, I am the one that he loves. I am the one she loves. Even though it smokes, it's happy for this person. And even though it drinks, it's happy for this person. And even though it works all the day, it's happy for the body. And I'm the one that's making this human happy, not you, brain. So I want more because I deserve more, because I am more important. And you got this fight happening in you all day long. And so therefore, I said to you earlier, a lot of people go out and chase the desires, the wants, and the needs of what the fleshly mind, aka the body, is trying to offer in this leadership role of this particular that paradigm. But remember, I told you old scripture back in the day that every man's God will be tried by fire. And so what happens is that if you believe in money to be your God, then something will happen in your life and try your God. If you believe that body is your God, then something will happen to your God and see if it really. And if you believe that, come on, brain is your, everything gonna get tried by fire. And so what's happening is, because this is your God, because body, because fleshly, because carnal minded things of getting you what you want, need, and deserve, your will is always going to be pleasurable to the flesh, the body. And because this is where your God is at, this is also where the trial is at. Because this is where your God is at, this is also where the disease is going to end up at. And because this is where your God is at, because you believing in this, when I'm trying to get you to believe in this. Now, this is no more than the spirit, the mind, right? The brain. I'm using body parts, but we're talking esoterically here as well, not just biologically. Okay, you guys keep tapping. I'll keep talking. You guys keep tapping. I'll keep talking. So what is happening? What is happening? All right. So now we're understanding that we have this duality within us that is causing this contemplation, causing this obstruction, causing this interference with this wholeness within us. Okay. So now what is the thing is that the whole thing my brother just told me is to go upward. Remember that the quickest way out of the maze is up. The quickest way out of a maze. Okay, the maze has walls, but it don't have a ceiling. And how many people know that when you're working on jobs, the best jobs is jobs that have no ceiling? It allows you to be able to fly, soar. That's why entrepreneurial and all these different things are things that people are gravitating to. Why? Because then you start to get to a place where there's no ceiling for the amount of abundance that you can have. And that's how God works. There is no ceiling on the amount of abundance that you can have. But see, the thing is that you've been programmed to go around the walls of life. And I'm trying to tell you that if you keep looking down or you keep looking straight, but that ain't the way. See, when you're tapped into God, to the God nature, to the God conscious, the only way you navigate is by looking up. You walking through life looking up. Okay, keep your head up. Okay, keep your head up, my people, my brothers and my sisters. Tupac told you right, because this is the way to navigate. The way to navigate your life is to stay looking toward the hills in which cometh your help. The way to navigate life. Remember that I told you during the high tide, during the floods of your life, when things are flooding you, you're flooded with disease, flooded with financial issues, flooded with this and flooded with that, flooded with all these emotions and spiritual things and mental things and all of the stuff that life brings to you. You're being flooded. Well, what is the safest place in a flood? It's at the highest point, at a high tide. And during a high tide, you should be at your most highest state. When you're at a flood of life, a flood of disease, a flood of this or whatever has flooded your life, you must seek high ground. You must seek high ground. You must seek high ground. Okay. And so what's happening on the planet is because you are looking at trying to get out of the maze by knowing how to get out of the maze. And I'm trying to get you to understand that knowing how to get out of the maze ain't knowing which left and right to make. Knowing how to get out of the maze is knowing which gift to use. And if you're using your mind to go through these navigation walls and this, and the third, you'll get out, but it'll take you too long. You might die in the maze. But if you listen to your homie HerbMan today, just for 1 second before you pack up and go to work this Friday, that if you're understanding that the get out of the maze ain't about which left or right to take, it's about which gift to use. And so what if I use my wings instead of my eyes? Okay. And so my wings will allow me to do what? get out way faster. Some of you guys are overthinking things, and some of these stuff that you getting into, your brain can't figure out. There's another gift in you that's going to get required in order for you to be able to utilize it, in order for it to be initiated, in order for you to be able to get out of the scenario. You got to grow your wings. You got to use your special power. You got to tap into your superpower. You got to be able to know how to get over the River Jordan without dying. And what's happening is you're getting to the River Jordan without knowing how to tap in, then death is the imminent thing. And so what's happening is you got a sickness that is, they said at the end of it's going to be death. Well, if you know how to tap in, you can get over that, but you don't know how to tap in. So therefore, you're trying to find a way out of the maze with your eyes, but you got something else in you that can rise. When your finances is messed up, right? You're trying to figure out a way out of the financial maze. But the thing about it is you don't know which way to go. You wasn't programmed with directions that's going to get you to riches. Okay. No, your mama didn't have directions to riches. Your daddy didn't have directions to riches. Your uncle them didn't have directions to riches. Your great grandmama them didn't have direction to riches. How in the hell you going to get direction to riches? But if you'll just pause for a minute, don't get no quick response, but a slow response, so that you can get more options, you'll see that I ain't got to use my eyes to get to know the lefts and the rights of the maze. I can use another gift in me, and then I can just soar above all the things. Now, here's the problem, though. Here is the problem. The problem is you guys are not understanding this. And because of this misunderstanding in our teachings, okay? Because of this misunderstanding in our teachings, when you can't get what you want, need, and desire from the spiritual side of you. I ain't talking about the fleshly side, even though it happens there too. But when you can't get what you want, need, and desire, right? So this is what we call it: wants, needs, and desires. Okay? When these are not met, you suffer. But what is the suffering? Remember that I told you that suffering is an opportunity for transformation. But what do we call the suffering? See, people don't really understand what is the word that we call the suffering. So for millennia across the globe, from Egypt to Greece to Rome to Babylonia to Persia, to all of the ancient civilizations, all the way up to modern civilization, when mankind on the individual or collective level starts to suffer, okay, then this is what you call the depressive state. Depression is going to do what? Hold you down. Now, if your out is up and depression is holding you down, the gravity of life is holding you down, then guess what? You can't get to your highest point during these floods of your life. And depression has a very significant effect on the serotonin levels, the adrenaline levels, the oxytocin levels, the dopamine levels, the GABA levels, all of the stuff that you need to be cheery and in bliss. This is the alias of it. This is the enemy of happiness. It's depressive state. A depressive state is a pressure state, right? Depression, then the operative word here is pressure, depressurizing, depression, but we don't depressurizing. So we're being depressed is almost like there's a weight. But what is the weight? The weight is the wants, needs, and desires are not being met. I got diabetes and can't get healed. I got a cancer they say they can't heal. I want to live for my kids. I need to be here for my kids. I want to have a better life. I need to have a better life. I desire to have better than where I'm at. But I'm not given these opportunities. Why? Because you are too carnal minded with the whole picture of how this will come into your life. What if your wants, needs, and desires are not for you to meet for your body, but for you to meet for your mind, for your spirit? You ain't going out there picking no job that satisfies your spirit. You picking a job to satisfy your fleshly body understanding of what it requires to be a civilian in your country. You ain't going out there needing nothing from the spiritual world. You going out there needing shit for, I got to piss, poop, everything for your body. you ain't desiring nothing from the spiritual world. All your desires is, I want to get rich, I want a college degree, I want money like Master P, I want to play ball like LeBron. So all of this stuff is only, so again, make your things on the above, not on the earthly things. So again, you suffer because you're asking for everything in a one-tracked mind, in a limited mind frame. And then also what you're doing is you're running down the physical side of you. But if you manage it and you balance it, then you can get something, so reciprocity in your time of need. But if your body is physically ran out, that's also going to affect your ability to have logic and reason, even when it comes to your healing effects. Okay. Keep tapping, you guys. I'll keep talking. Keep tapping. I'll keep talking. So this Great Depression is going to be what we call, okay, I'm going to put it up here. This Great Depression that everybody's going through. So it ain't just cause America got government shutdown. Hell no. The Great Depression ain't stopped. Okay. Since capitalism been running shit, the Great Depression been here. Okay. So this Great Depression, again, is a buffer. And basically what we call this is that this is your force of resistance. Okay. This is your force of resistance. Okay. So the Great Depression within you, how you continue to go through depressive states after depressive states after depressive states. You keep getting bad news, keep making bad decisions or wrong decisions. You think this woman is good, and next thing you know, you find out it ain't right. You thought this was a good decision, next thing you know, you find out that ain't right. You thought he was the right man, next thing you know, you find out. So then you start being afraid of the right decisions to make when it comes toward people, places, and things. Well, this is again going to affect your wants, needs, and desires because you don't know how to get towards those things because it seems as if they're out of your control. And now this is what we get into now, this thing here. Once you get into this, now you into this. DMN, default mode network. When you get into default mode network because of the Great Depression and because of this force of resistance that you done just somehow done sat in the back room and said, you know what, this is just how it is. This is just what it is. This is just how it is. Girl, it just is what it is. And when you start to do that, then you become numb and you become on autopilot. And unfortunately, I can't heal you in this mode. So we got to get you from default mode into divine mode. I got to get you from the force of resistance to the force of creation. I got to get you off and up under the Great Depression and for you to get into your great jubilation, okay? The great jubilee. And so what happens is that means that we must change your perspective. Okay, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So we give you the owner's manual for this funky measly $50 so that it can become the mechanism, it can become the tool that you can use. It can serve as a guide for you to get this back under management. Okay, the Great Depression. Now, what did they do during the Great Depression? Okay, when you look at historically in the 1930s, I think we're between 1932 and 35 or something like that, around the Great Depression era, people didn't have any money, you guys. People didn't have any money. People didn't have access. People didn't have income. So what did they do? You can't go to the doctor during the Great Depression, just like you can't go nowhere during the government shutdown. You can't go to this and that place, just like you couldn't go during COVID. So what I'm saying is that these things are just indicative to where the spirit of mankind is. We have always been in a great depressive state as a humankind. Okay, so now it's all about looking at historically, what do you do during a great depressive state? Where then even if you had money to go to the doctor, the information is not there, right? So now back then they didn't have access. Now you have access to the doctor, but not access to the cures. Okay, you got access to the distant jobs, but you ain't really got access to the wealth. Right, so they're opening little small doors and kind of allowing you to be like a cat, like a dog chasing a carrot. But at the end of the day, this great depressive state, again, this is what it does. Let me pull this up for you real quick, you guys. You guys keep tapping out, keep talking. All right. The Great Depression, the summary of the neurochemical imbalance. So when you get depressed, again, your serotonin goes low. All right. So now this is your joy, your peace. This is your joy, your peace. Done went low. Your joy, your peace. You got low dopamine. Okay. So now your pressure, your pleasure done went low. Can't nothing satisfy you. You can't be pleased no more. Now, I want y'all to think about things in your life that you're going through that is causing these things, like even your sex life. All this stuff is not pleasing. Watch now. It also, we already said low serotonin, then we're going to say high norepinephrine or high adrenaline. Okay. Okay. Low GABA. What up? And low endorphins. Okay, so y'all see that, right? Now, hadn't I been teaching y'all that this whole time that singing, dancing, laughing, crying, touching, all of these things are going to boost these things, right? So I automatically know that when you're depressed, you're not working out or exercising, you're not laughing. Laughing produces the endorphins, right? Serotonin. What produces serotonin? Anybody know? Okay, I could pull that information up for you guys if y'all want to watch that. But everybody understands this. We've been going through this for a long time now. So serotonin, anybody know what that one is? I'll give y'all a guess at it. Keep tapping, you guys. I'll keep talking. They always told me I had a chemical imbalance. Yes, because you've always had a mental imbalance. Okay, mental imbalance is the chemical imbalance. Look, we only have 4 things, you guys: laughing, crying, dancing. Okay, laughing, crying, dancing, and touching. Okay, that's all we got. Okay, so serotonin is going to be what? Laughing, crying, dancing, and touching. It's in almost everything. Okay, it's in almost everything. The dopamine is in some of your best stuff too. The adrenaline is in some of your best stuff too. The GABA is the dancing. Okay, the serotonin is the singing. Okay, the dopamine and the adrenaline can be in a lot of those other stuff as well. Okay, but you know, also this is in it's in a lot of stuff, right? But we'll say this is in dancing, and then also you got to do your touching, right? And I didn't put oxytocin up there, but obviously oxytocin would be low during a depressive state because you don't want to be bothered, you don't want to be around people, you want to be antisocial. The things that bothering you, you may have a communication problem or difficulty articulating exactly what it is going on, and so therefore oxytocin, which is another one, is going to also be down. Okay, so when I'm in this depressive state, I'm being flooded by emotions. They told me that I got cancer. They told me, or my finances are bleak right now. I don't know what to do during this government shutdown. Or I'm isolated. I'm without family. I'm without friends. I'm out here just wondering. I'm lost. I'm confused. I'm a loner. I don't know who to run to. These things are the times where we get into these great depressive states, okay? And so even though you may be having money, if you don't have family, that can cause depression. Even though you may be having family, if you don't have money, that can cause depression. Even though you may be having, you get where I'm going now? And so at the end of the day, you got to understand the person. We understand you by your owner's manual. And for that funky measly $50, we can provide you this owner's manual. Please DM us if you're interested. Now, in understanding these things, now we're understanding that because I've been flooded with emotions and this has caused a depressive state, right? Now I'm in my default mode with how I handle these things. So now in my default mode, when somebody make me mad, I'm mad. In my default mode, when somebody makes me sad, I cope. In my default mode, when somebody talks to me crazy, I talk back to them crazy. In my default mode, when somebody do something to me, I just react because that's out of default mode. But he's trying to tell me to slow my response so that I can get other options and use another part of my brain that doesn't use default, that use divine mode. So now when I get depressed, I know to laugh it away. Now when I get sick, I know to dance it away. Now when I get broke, I know to sing it away. Now that when I get lonely, I know to socialize and touch it away. And so at the end of the day, the brother is trying to tell me that, damn, we didn't need herbs, we didn't need medications, we didn't need meditations, we didn't need nothing. We just needed simply to know thyself. And if you want to know thyself, get your owner's manual for a funky, measly $50. This is for everybody across the world. We don't need a blood type, a blood sample. We don't need a hair sample, a stool sample, a urine sample. We don't need that live culture from your little nasty bump down now. It's non-invasive, non-intrusive. We ain't going to prick you, poke you, or prod you. This is simply magic from nature. Cosmology mixed with biology. We are helping people heal themselves through spirit and science. That's what we do. If you're interested in it, DM us, we'll get you this information. So therefore, this is the medicine to change your depression, but because the depression is changing the medicine. This is the medicine to change your depressive state, to get out of the suffering when you can't get what you want. My grandma used to tell me a long time ago, you ain't too old for your wants to hurt, boy. And so what that means to me is that everything is not designed for you to get what you want, because some of the stuff you want is not what you need. And everything that you're needing, for some reason, you're not desiring it. And so you have this imbalance. You want things that you should not need, right? Or should not even have in your life. Then you're needing things, but you don't even desire them. So you don't want what you need. And you always run here needing what you want. And so when I come on here and I tell you that it's about you engaging and creating these chemicals within your own body because they're more potent than herbs. Creating these chemicals in your body is more potent than medications. You just need somebody to teach you how to produce your own medicine. But y'all want to go buy somebody's herbs. Go ahead. Go do your thing. Go ahead, go do your thing. What's going on? Happy rising. Good afternoon, my brother. What's going on? You guys in YouTube land. What's happening? What's happening? Please, YouTubers, go tell somebody about your homie HerbMan. Let's grow this YouTube page, man. Let's bust this thing through the roof. Again, this is not a moment. This is a movement. Okay, I'm going to be here, right? I'm going to be here. Y'all ain't got nothing to worry about that. All right, so now when I got low serotonin and low dopamine, what's that? That's a classic depressive pattern. That's sadness with no motivation. Okay. Now, when I'm dealing with low serotonin but high norepinephrine, then guess what? That's when I'm agitated, depressive. That's when you ever seen somebody irritable and restless. They can't sleep. They're irritable and they can't sleep. A lot of you guys are going through this and you don't know it. Again, it's because it's indicative to a person who's living a life out of control. You can't control your life. And that's depressive. Some of you guys are dealing with the low GABA, anxiety overlay, often with insomnia, okay? Low endorphins, okay? These are your painkillers, but you don't produce them because you're depressive, okay? GABA is your calming, but you can't produce it because you're anxious. So the direct medicine to anxiety, you're not producing. GABA is the medicine for anxiety, not, oh, come on, man. Yes, man. Thank you. GABA is your medicine for anxiety, not ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is not more potent than your own GABA. That's what I'm trying to teach you. That's all that I'm trying to teach you, okay? That's all. Your medicine is more potent. Your endorphins is way stronger than morphine. What? Do you understand the word morphine came from endorphin? Endorphins, okay? Endorphins, morphines came from your endorphins. So they literally tried to laboratory mimic your pain killing ability, and they created something called morphine when you already have endomorphines. You got endorphins and you also got endomorphines. Your painkillers work way better than popping that pill, mama. Your painkillers work way better than what they're giving you across that counter. Your GABA works way better than Blue Lotus for anxiety. Your GABA works way better than ashwagandha for anxiety. Your GABA works way better than anti-anxiety medications, antidepressive medications. Your GABA can calm you down way better than kava kava. Way better. Okay? Your medicine. You're going to be on mine. You're going to the herbalist. You're going to be on his shit for forever. Okay? This irritability, this restlessness, this sadness, this no motivation to do what you need to do can be eradicated by these medicines. Again, that's just the small stuff that you're getting with your honest man. But this is just small stuff in order to teach you guys how to produce your own medicine. Who wants to produce your own medicine? Well, when somebody told me back in the day, if you had told me 10 years ago, you had just threw that out there, produce your own medicine, the first thing I'm going to think about is grow your own medicine, right? That's they busting out here now. It's South Africa now. We busting out here now. But the first thing that we're going to think about out here, right, is what? Produce your own medicine. We're going to say, you mean grow your own food. But what if I mean producing your own medicine is about your perspective and how you're looking at life in this paradigm? And so, again, that diagnosis produces the very force of resistance that you don't need against you getting to your most highest state. So now when they say you got diagnosis, HerbMan is trying to teach you how to change the brain chemically from naturally getting into a depression. Motherfucker tell me I got stage 4 cancer, I'm gonna naturally get depressed. If you tell me that I'm broke as fuck right now and I need some money and my rent due, I'm gonna naturally get depressed. If you leave me and I think I love you, I'm gonna naturally get depressed. If the children ain't doing right, acting right, I'm gonna naturally get depressed. If I don't have the community or the family support around me, friends, I'm gonna naturally get depressed and sometimes. So guess what? That is a natural response. But if you slow down and if you know thyself and you understand I got the tendency to allow this programmed information to get me depressed, and then I start to be mindful about what I'm thinking about, then I start to control the paradigm. You diagnose me, but I'm going to go home and produce the medicine for it within me. So I'm going to praise this cancer out. I'm going to dance this cancer out. I'm going to sing this cancer out. I'm going to sing my money in. I'm going to dance my money in. I'm going to, Lord have mercy, man. I'm going to sing my husband in. I'm going to, the man that I'm dreaming about, the woman that I'm dreaming about, I'm going to dance him and sing him. I'm going to praise him in. I'm going to worship him. I'm going to be glad. And because here's the thing. If you remember, I told you yesterday, and remember this, these are things of gratitude. This ain't got nothing to do with you just going out and doing something in your brain. This got something to do with, can you really feel gratitude? Can you feel that when you got that diagnosis, can you come out of that diagnosis and still be thankful for the life that you were given? When you got that broke ass and you ain't got no goddamn money in your bank account, can you still dance around a goddamn tree like you're rich? Even though you sitting around this motherfucker by yourself, alone every night, going to sleep by yourself, can you still wake up every day and dance and sing and then know that your husband or your wife is on the way? Knowing that your healing is on the way, knowing that your money is on the way, knowing that your family is on the way. And I'm telling you that no herb can do this for you the way that it needs to be practiced. And I'm so happy to be living in this day and time where I'm being recorded in time and space. So that even if you don't get it today, my brothers and sisters, your children's children will be able to still benefit from my presence on this planet. And that's legacy. I wasn't meant to come up here and tell you something that you already knew. Otherwise, I wouldn't be a teacher. A teacher teaches something new. So it's not for you to already know this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be a teacher. All right. It was for you to learn this, not to know it. And then when you're coming in, now that you're knowing it, you're good. So when somebody's telling you to produce your own medicine, yes, I do want you to start your own garden. I do hope you grow your own food. But now you're knowing that when HerbMan say he wants you to produce your own medicine, he's talking about your life. I ain't got a herb more potent than this, and they ain't got a medication more potent than this. Who you gonna run to? Who you gonna run to share this empty space? Enlighten, DM me. If you guys are interested in the Owners Manual, you DM me and we will get you the information. So all I'm simply saying to you is that in our time of despair, okay, so these wants, needs, and desires are direct indicators of what? Anybody want to answer that? Please keep tapping out, keep talking, you guys. Who wants to answer this real quick? What's going on, Holistic Grandma? Who want to answer this really quick for me? What is the primary indicator for people who got wants, needs, and desires? Remember that I just told y'all that this is gratitude. Singing, laughing, dancing in your time of need is gratitude. You're just being thankful for the opportunity to be in this particular paradigm to witness heaven. Heaven is in living color. Heaven is in living color. And there's no greater thing than life itself. And that's why you'll see preachers preaching hundreds years and 40 and 50 years, but on their deathbed, they still want one more minute to live. Okay. So they're preaching heaven, but wanting to stay alive. Why? Because life is heaven. Now, what's happening is this, is that your wants, needs, and desires are direct indicators of what? Earthly dairies, the body, human default needs. No, your wants, needs, and desires are direct indicators of ungratefulness. You having the audacity to come into this paradigm and deem that you're in lack of anything is a direct indicator of ungratefulness and darkness. Being in the dark. Don't know God. Don't know where your help comes from. Don't know that this is heaven. Blind. Right? Under the veil. In the lower self. You can use a lot of different adjectives, okay? But when you still are out here wanting stuff, needing stuff, and desiring stuff, you are not content with nature. And that becomes a problem with your body and your spirit relationship, just like it becomes a problem with your body or with land and man relationship, okay? Let's put it like that, with nature and your nature. So having wants, needs, and desires are direct indicators that you're still in a lost. You're still lost. You're still confused. You're still in lack when there is no lack. So when somebody's in lack, when there is no lack, when somebody's in lost in the dark, under the light, then what that means is that you're just simply blind. And what's happening is you're still in your Genesis. When you're still in your Genesis is a direct indicator that you're still in your lower self. Genesis is the genealogy of the body of Adam, right? So when everything that you're going after is always about Adam, the body, and is never about God, the Eve, then guess what? I know which God you're serving. I know where you're going. I know where you're at because I can understand because of your wants, needs, and desires. Again, why would you want to be healed if you're not going to change? Why do you want me to get you off dialysis when you still got those same addictions? Why do you want me to get your cancer off of you when you're still going to go out and live a life that is running your body down? Why do you want me to save you is my question. Why do you want me to save you is because you still want to do this. And I'm saying, give this shit up. Let it go. Remember that the ninth chakra, the crown chakra, is always the hardest point. At the most highest state, the last thing you got to do is detach. Detach from your wants, needs, and desires so that you can spend one moment in this paradigm in a clean state, or what we would call in a free state. This is when we wipe the program clean and we don't put nothing else in it. I want you to spend one moment, 1 minute, 1 second in a clean state. I don't want to program you with shit. We come to deprogram, not reprogram. Because in the deprogramming is the reprogramming. Okay? So wants, needs, and desires are automatically an indicator of this ungratefulness, which is why it's hard for you to go and sing and dance and laugh and touch your diseases and your issues away. Because these y'all want him so bad. I need it so bad. I need him. I love him. I want her. I need the money. Let's get to the bag, baby. I got to get it. And so therefore, you're going to get suffering. That's what comes with this. What comes with your will is suffering. But what comes with God's will, which is nature's will for your life, which is this will that you're going to get in your owner's manual for that funky measly $50, you're going to get your will. And when you get your will, you need to learn how to visualize your will under the will of God in God's eyes, and then mesh and manage your will with God's will so that you'll always be going the right direction, making the right decisions, doing the right things. Because again, if life is heaven, then you should have a heavenly experience in your life. If life is heaven, you should have a heavenly experience in your life. But when you get this depressive state because of these wants, needs, and desires not being met, oh, here comes depression. Now, depression, you've been flooded with all of this stuff coming into your life. Here come a big wave. Okay, let's draw this a little bit better right here, a little ocean wave. It's about to come. Okay, it's about to come, and just like in Jamaica over there, right? Okay, you got this big wave. It's about to come. Now your best bet is to go up high ground. Okay, high ground. So this wave right here is finances. This wave right here is relationships. This wave right here is money. I'm sorry, I got finances up there. Finances, relationships, and what else we got right here? Money, people. What else you want to put right there? You can put it. Finances and relationships become these big waves in your life. Remember that these things are the force of resistance. So this is what's going to cause the Great Depression. Okay? So this is your force of resistance coming at you. This is disease. I'm sorry, disease is the other one. So finances, relationship, and disease are causing these waves. Now, your job is to get to your most highest state, which is what HerbMan is trying to get you to see. Your job ain't to fucking buy herbs. It ain't to go down there to the doctor's office. They'll one-track it. Your job is to do what HerbMan is trying to teach you. This is how we do this. Herbs can't do this, y'all. Medications can't do this. You got to learn how to produce the own medicine within, especially they're tainting the ground. Until you become a better human, everything out here is going to be detrimental to you. So be careful. So if everything is going to be detrimental until you change the world, then guess what? The only thing that you can change before you change the world is yourself. Okay? So the changing has to come internal first, the individual change. So now, this wave is coming. You need to get the high ground, but because of this force of resistance, it's going to hold you down. So it's going to be a little resistance to you trying to get to this high ground. Now, what's happening is because of this force of resistance against your finances, against your body and all this, is causing depression. That depressive state is keeping you from being able to get the high ground in time enough. And guess what? The flood now has overtaken you. You're drowning in your financial problems. You're drowning in your relationship problems. You're drowning in your physical problems of health because you are allowing yourself to be overtaken by these waves because you don't know the rule of thumb of how to navigate the waves of life. We teach you that with your owner's manual. Okay? DM us if you're interested in the owner's manual. DM us if you're interested in the owner's manual. Okay, so now this brother, okay, so even herbs is down in here. Medications down in here. Meditations is down in here because you don't have time. The waves is coming. So the quickest thing you can do to change this resistance, the quickest thing that you can do to change the force of resistance into the force of creation, okay? How do I change the force of resistance into force of creation? Therefore, the diagnosis supposed to be a force of resistance, but I danced when he said I had something. I shouted when he said I had something. I cried. I changed what would have been a resistance into creating. I changed disease into my healing. I changed poverty into my wealth. I changed loneliness into a family of my own. I'm not only the client of this information, I am also the president of it. I know it works. And it works far better than ashwagandha, hawthorn berry, ginger. It works way better than pope weed and pope root. And it works way better because if we can get you to produce your own medicine within until we become better humans without, to be able to have an assurance that we have the right medicine without, then this is the best thing for you to know. And when you're doing a government shutdown, when you're going through a great depressive moment on a collective state, you got to do what they did back then. You got to be able to go within. And you got to be able to start to figure thyself out. Going within is the best thing that I'm teaching you guys to do with this owner's manual. Stop trying to outwardly fix stuff and start to inwardly fix you. Okay? Stop trying to outwardly fix stuff, start to inwardly fix you, and I promise you, you'll be onto something. Okay? That is where the remedies are at. Do herbs work? Yeah, they supplemental. Medications are supplemental. Vitamins and minerals are supplemental. They'll work until you get used to them. Your body is going to get used to all things. And then when you grow up a tolerance for herbs, what you going to do? You're going to drink 15 teas a day? When your body get used to ginger, when your body get used to ashwagandha, when your body get used to white willow, when your body get used to these herbs, then what you going to do? Yeah, you asked out again. So my point to you is that your body can't get used to this stuff in the way it can get used to those things. All right. Any questions thus far? Most definitely. Awesomeness on fire. Appreciate you. Wenley over there talking about some yes, sir. What's happening? All right. Dance my pain away. Baltimore club music was spitting. Okay, there you go. You know, Baltimore club music, you know, in Washington, D.C., I don't really like y'all music. I don't do no house music now. The only time I learned about the house music, that's when I was over there in Denmark and over there with the raves and stuff like that. Now, we don't do no house music. That thing got to have some blues or some soul to it. We come from the country. We come from the country. I like you to slow me down. I don't like you. Hey, look, don't speed me up. Slow me down. House music. Slow me down. I come from old school. We don't dance no more. We just like to just sit there and go left to right. Rock it left to right. That's all we like to do. See, I'm your old house party uncle. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get crunk till you put on Al. You can be playing Master P, Jay-Z, you can Lil Wayne. I ain't gonna say nothing at your party. And soon you go and put on that Al Green. Hey, now, come on now. Keep that playing. Y'all ain't gonna want to play that, but I'm that uncle. I like the old school. All right. So now you see all of these things is about laughing it away, dancing it away, okay, singing it away, okay, touching your loneliness away, being able to be around bodies of people. And I'm gonna tell you, it produces way better when you are in a collective. Okay. So now getting you somebody to sing with, okay. Okay, getting you somebody to sing with. Okay, get you somebody to dance with. Okay, get you somebody to laugh with. Okay, get you somebody to touch with. Okay, now the reason why is because the width is producing the highest gamma. And that's what I need you to get into, because the gamma is that trance state. The gamma is that dream state. The gamma is that healing state. The gamma is that higher self. They've been calling it higher self all this time. You thought it was called higher self. They've been calling it higher consciousness all this time. You thought it was higher self or higher consciousness. They've been calling it the pineal gland, and you thought that's what it was. Your higher self and your consciousness and this thing called death that you're going into when you die, all of this you get into at certain moments of time in your life. When you do these things with other people, you get into this gamma-like state. And this gamma is this part of it. This is mama. Gamma. That's mama. Gamma is mama. Do you do it by yourself? Yeah, it's at spurts. Okay, at spurts it will come and it will still give us what we need. But that gamma, the gamma is going to be what we call your brain wave. Okay, I'm trying to get you into the gamma brain wave from beta to gamma, but I got to get you through theta and all of these things again. And so how we do that is by what I've been teaching you. Learning how to produce your own medicine within, how to change a bad situation into good internally. Holy Mother Gamma. Yeah, you can call it Holy Mother Gamma. You can call her Holy Spirit. You can call her Sophia. You can call her Mary. You can call her Sarah. She got plenty of names. You can call her Gaia. Okay. She got plenty of names. Okay. But gamma is your higher consciousness, to where you're in a heavenly consciousness. And a heavenly consciousness is when you're in a trance state. This trance state is not saying that you don't understand the present moment. It is in this trance state that you get the most out of the present moment. So what I'm trying to get you to understand, that this gamma ain't about the past. This gamma is about the present. And what happens is you can feel the present better in gamma. You can feel the present better in gamma. Now we know that consciousness, the definition of consciousness, is being in the present moment. You're only conscious if you're conscious of the moment. So consciousness is being present in the moment, and that is going to be also defined as the good steward of time. The good steward of the 75 and 80 years that you have is how often were you present? Because that's the present of life. Life is a present. So you must be present to be living. And to live in the present moment in a gamma state is what you would call ecstasy, bliss. And that's where your healing is at. And you don't have to die to get that. Mac D said, who or where did you learn this from? Me. I'm the who and I'm the where. Life more abundant. Yes. Okay. So singing with somebody. So now you see how they're using a lot of this to get us in these trances without knowing. So you sing with people where? At church. You dance with people where? At the club. You laugh with people where? Comedy. You see the C's? You see the C's, right? Y'all see the C's, right? Okay. And then you can hug and touch and do all this type of stuff with people in a lot of different places, right? In a lot of different places. But what I like to always call this is this should have been singing with people at church, but I should have said choir. Okay, a choir, a club, a comedy show, and then this one right here is just community. Okay, now you see how they're using these things. So when you go to church, if I can get them to sing together, if we can get some people can dance in the church together, then guess what? I get them in a gamma and they feel the Holy Spirit. You can get people to laugh together in a comedy club, and you already know. Sometimes when I'm watching these comedians on TV, I don't laugh. I don't give a damn how funny Cat Williams is. He ain't that funny on TV. But when I go to his live show, but for some reason that something have my stomach hurt like something. You hear me? But on TV, Cat Williams ain't that funny to me. But when I go to, you know why? Because I'm laughing with people. And with people, Cat Williams is far more potent to get me into this gamma. And then I'm laughing uncontrollably, where before sitting at the house, boy, you got to make me laugh. But then now you do the same stupid shit, and for some reason it was just super funny. Why? Because of the energy of the other people. Okay, and then obviously we know community is going to provide all of that stuff with the touch. All right, so that's what it's going to do when you make it with someone. Multiples intensifies the energy making. It is more potent. Yes. This is how we create the real medicine. Okay, so when you come to our retreats, right? When you come to the HerbMan retreat, the good thing about it is we know this science. So we ain't gonna let you go through this retreat by yourself, just alone, doing stuff on the individual note. What the fun in that is? Okay, we're gonna sing together, we're gonna laugh together, we're gonna cry together, and we are going to create community, and we are going to dance together. And it don't matter if you're 3 years old dealing with a problem, if you're 103, we're all going to be doing it together. I want to make sure that you guys are introducing yourself to this gamma, especially in your time of need, and especially doing a retreat like thing, and you be able to help you get other people that are needing the help too, and that creates more energy toward getting to this higher ground. Okay, getting toward this higher ground, this higher consciousness. So don't believe the hype. It ain't in herbs, it ain't in medications, it's within you. Okay, now the herbs and the meds should be supplemental to these things, not that the herbs are the main thing, and then you supplement these for the herbs. No, these are the medicines, and that shit is supplemental to these things. You don't go and get herbs and then say, well, I got the remedy. He already told me about the herb. I know the herb word shit. Then I'm just gonna do what HerbMan said on the side. Hell no. Hell no. You'll be going and buying herbs for the rest of your life. Do this for the original treatment, and then do the herbs for supplement, because that's what they are. Herbs are supplemental. They're not primary. Okay? Herbs are supplemental. They're not primary. For you to know what your primary stuff is, and for you to get your medicine, you need your owner's manual. And that's why this is important. If you guys are interested in the owner's manual, DM me and we'll get you that information. Okay? You need to know what you got going on. Okay, you guys keep tapping, I'll keep talking. You keep tapping, I'll keep talking. Gertie PL, what's going on? Thanks, brother. Yes, sir. Thank you. We appreciate all the love YouTube is showing. Appreciate all the love YouTube is showing. I'm probably one of the fastest growing YouTubers, even though I've been on YouTube for about damn near 10 years. But it just started taking off. So even YouTube was like, but I don't know what the hell done changed in you. God damn it, you was slow down a muskrat. Now you getting well, we appreciate it, because this is the support of my people. Look, I love my people, and my people ain't just black people. My people are all people. I love my people. You know why? Because without my people, I would not have been where I've been. My people have sent me everywhere I've been. They have given me everything that I got. Okay. And so I'm never afraid to give back to the people because the people literally have been taking care of me. Literally. They've been taking care of me. If I take care of them, they've been taking care of me. So again, everywhere I've been, my people have sent me. Everything I've done, my people have allowed me to do, and everything I got, my people have gave me. And so therefore, I love my people, and it ain't hard to love my people. Okay? If you're still waiting to get it back, then still wait to get it back, Taraya. Okay? I don't care nothing about you. Wait. Patience is a virtue. Otherwise, you know what you're gonna get back is your money. Okay? You're gonna get back your money. Come on here, plan. Is the membership monthly payments? Yes, it's not a one-time. There's nowhere in the hell precious you're gonna get $4 and get anything. It's monthly. Okay? It's a monthly membership, you guys. It is a monthly membership. Y'all know what these memberships and subscriptions are about. They're monthly. Okay, monthly. All right. There's no way that you can get anything for $4. We keep tapping here, keep talking. Yeah, I appreciate you, Angela. Appreciate you, Angela. Anybody else down here in YouTube land that's got a question? If you got a question, feel free to come up. If you got a question, you guys put me in the chat. We can bring you up. All right. So now, understanding this, then you got to understand that the world and the human construct, the whole collective, is in a Great Depression. Okay. It ain't just about, this has not ever been about money. This is a spiritual state. Okay. This is a spiritual state of consciousness. The Great Depression is a state of being. Okay. And when you're so depressive and you're so much caught up in your default mode networking mechanism, it's very hard to bring you out of it. Okay. But everybody is in this thing. Is a Great Depression because of our wants, needs, and desires. And again, when those things are not in our control as much as we would like for it to be, that causes an imbalance with the body and the mind. That causes an imbalance between the body and the spirit of the person. The soul of the person starts to get a little bit unearthed because you think that this is what life is. Damn, all I got to do is be here to clock in and clock out. I'm going to just live and die when I'm 60 and 70, this, that, and the third. That's a depressive ass life if that's all life is about. You can't tell these young folk that life is just about working and dying. That shit depression. Nobody want to do that. It ain't no fun. It don't get no funner. You mean tell me that adulthood don't get no funner than just working and leaving? So children don't want that. If that's what you got, you can't sell that to the kids. The kids don't like the taste of just coming in and doing that shit and leaving here. They don't like that old food. That ain't soul food to the new children. It doesn't give them any substance to tell me that life is that and that's all it is, and I need to be content with that. That causes great depression, great depressive mentality and mindset that I got to wake up and go to a job that I don't really like my mama and daddy did, just for the sake of saying that I'm here as a civilian and I did my job as a civilian. Hell no. Just I got to get up and live a life every day that I don't really like to live and be with somebody I really don't like to be with just because of stability or whatever. These children don't want to choose that. They don't want to buy what you're selling, mama. They don't want to buy what you're selling, pastor. Not no more. They don't want to buy what you're selling. The new generation does not want to buy what the old generation is selling about this being all that it is of life. Because if that's the case, we've all been living under the Great Depression. Any questions thus far? And again, when you're living under this depressive state, you can't get to the higher ground. The waves of life will overcome you. Your finances will overcome you. Your loneliness will overcome you. Your disease will overcome you. If somebody don't teach you how to get the high ground during the floods of your life, the waves of life will overcome you. If somebody don't stand up and be bold enough to teach us how to swim in the currents of life, then when the force of resistance comes, it will continue to take life. Innocent life at a very high rate. What say you? Anybody else? We thank you. We appreciate all the love. You guys keep typing out, keep talking. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. And I think that this is what we need to talk about on social media. Okay. I think that, we're getting to a point where we're at a crossroads and nobody really knows what is real, what is fake. All I try to tell people is this. Stop reading about dead people and start looking at people who are living. Okay. Stop reading about dead people. Start looking at people who are living, you guys. Let's start to see about how it looks when it's practical, right? I don't want to get, and look, I love Edgar Cayce. Edgar Cayce is one of the biggest spiritualists on the planet when you look at spiritualism. Edgar Cayce, but he still died. Dr. Laila Africa, y'all got all his books. Bro died in his 70s. He ain't even lived longer than Dr. Saban. All right, Dr. Paul Goss, brilliant brother, did very big things with CLR. I think it's called CLR or something, like some kind of product he got out there where you do your kidneys and colon, everything, all liver and all that shit. Yeah, but bro even died in his 70s. So there's some information that is not being talked about or that is missing, because the information that people are having is not extending their life. That's all I'm talking about. The information that people are having is not allowing them to duck and dodge death. You can say you're a guru all day, Buddha, but you died. You can say you're Jesus all day, but Jesus ain't came back. You can say you whoever, you experienced death. There's only 2 people on the planet based on historical context that did not die. And that is a brother named Elijah and Enoch. And you don't get a lot of information on how the hell they stay living. And then everybody else, if it's 8 billion people on the planet, then shit, 100 billion died and 2 left a story that they did not experience death. Elijah did not have to die and then rise again, resurrection. So when you're looking at resurrection, that means that you are dead. If you're looking at resurrecting, if you are resurrecting, that means you're already horizontal. So a lot of us are in this state, and that's why this is called the Great Depressive State. The Great Depressive State is the horizontal. What we're trying to do is resurrect Lazarus. We're trying to resurrect you, right? Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So you have ISIS that came here and flew over this area, hovered over this area, but she res erected, okay, res erected, meaning raised up. Lazarus, in the Bible, Jesus did it, but in Egypt, Isis did it to Osiris. Okay, and there was no such thing as Osiris or Seth. This is about, I told you, the battle between the body and the mind. Who is going to take charge? So Seth said, "Fuck that shit. I got them cut my brother up in pieces, and then I'm gonna make it hard for you to find the phallus. The phallus ain't nothing but another symbol for what? Your regenerative tool, your reproductive tool." Right? So you're going to throw the reproductive tool away. So she couldn't find the reproductive tool because you thought that was what's needed to regenerate. Because you're looking at coming back through the body. You think rebirth is going to happen through your physical tools. You think that rebirth is like they asked Jesus, how can we come back through the body again? Right? No, you can't go back through the womb. So there's no need for the penis and the vagina in this particular rebirth. There was no need for the penis and the vagina in this particular rebirth. So she didn't need to find the phallus because there was no need for it in this rebirth, because I didn't resurrect him literally. He got resurrected spiritually. Okay? You get what we're saying? So then you're understanding that the depressive state is what you need to stay out of in order to resurrect your health, resurrect your finances, resurrect your life. Then you got to have a regenerative or reproductive understanding of how to do this. So that's why we teach you to use your suffering as the transformative energy that you can transform your life. So you use poverty as your motivation to get to your wealth. You use disease as the motivation to experience healing. You use your loneliness state to be the opportunity to get you the family or the community that you social deserve. Okay. Yes, higher consciousness. Yes. Okay. So you get all of this information. Okay. But what we don't sell is products like that, because there is no panacea product, but there is a panacea program. And this we believe to be the best one on the planet. Alchemy, yes, that is alchemy. So when you're looking at alchemy, then you're looking at what? Alchemistry, right? So alchemistry, we know that chem automatically means what? The black land. The black land didn't mean black folks. It meant the terra praetor. Okay, how many of you ever heard of terra praetor? Anybody ever heard of terra praetor? You can go look this up. Okay, terra praetor. Okay, terra praetor. If you go Google it really quick, let me see if my Google will work for me, even though I already know the answer. Terra praetor which is Preta. Okay, terra preta is a type of highly fertile, dark soil found in the Amazon basin, created by pre-Columbian indigenous peoples through the addition of charcoal, organic matter, and other materials. Now, we ain't gonna get into who started it and do all that, but it is a dark soil. Okay, so alchemistry was the chemical construct, okay, of this dark soil or dark matter. Okay, it's the chemical construct of this dark matter or this dark soil. Okay, you can put dark soil. Okay, now remember that this is called terra praetor. Alchemistry is the chemical construct of dark matter or dark soil. Okay, or what they call this right here, a fertile silt. Okay, it was called fertile silt, not soot. Fertile silt. Now, the fertile silt was left behind every time after the flood. The flood happened during the month of Taurus, which is what we would call May here or spring here. It would be in the springtime. Well, in Africa in those times, you know, depending on where you at, that would be spring. If you're in the south, then that would be a fall. But at the end, fall. So at the end of the day, they knew when it was going to rain. So the seven sisters or Pleiades or the doggone tribe understood the Sirius star to know when it was going to flood the Nile. Well, they already knew that way before the doggone tribe knew. And that was why, because we're waiting on this dark matter to be left behind in the as fertile silt from the flood. So it was a time of knowing when to harvest and when to plant. It's a time of knowing when to grow things within you. Alchemistry is for you to understand your chemical construct, to know when things are fertile, to grow your ideals, to grow your children, your babies. Your ideals, your children, or your babies, they are your ideals. The way before a baby come out of your down here, it was created up there. Your babies are your ideals. It was all about reproduction. How do we reproduce? And understanding the alchemical understanding of fertility. And what I'm trying to get you to do is grow your wealth, but you don't know how to fucking understand the weather patterns, like meteorologists. Y'all go look up that video, meteorologist, right? We're talking about the weather patterns. I am your meteorologist, but I ain't studying meteors. We're studying you. Okay, so this is the alchemical structure of understanding the land. And then you got to have somebody who's an alchemist to understand the body. And they call that person a biologist. They call this person a what? What they call this person? A a physicist. So this ain't got nothing to do with nothing but how to grow and how to harvest ideas, knowing when the flood's gonna come. I just told you about the floods of emotions in your life. You got to know when the flood gonna come, and you got to know that at that time you'll run it to the high ground because of the flood. But the flood leaves behind opportunity. The flood leaves behind alchemistry. The flood leaves behind living organisms that's ready for the opportunity. The flood leaves behind the opportunity to grow, to experience something new. Before the flood, you didn't have nothing to eat. After the flood, you got something to eat. So the flood came in and changed your situation. A lot of people are looking at Jamaica right now and they're saying, oh, they got flooded by the hurricane. But if you only knew me for 1 second, you would hear me with your spirit. That hurricane wanted you to go back to gardening and harvesting. Even though Jamaica land is fruitful, keep being fruitful in the land. I think what's happening is a lot of these countries are trying to get to industrial. Your wealth is in your land. It's not in your hotels. So if Jamaica becomes a food paradise instead of a goddamn tourist paradise, then Jamaica won't be broke no more, and you won't see the floods. You won't see how land is keep trying to tell you, stop trying to do this. Don't change my people, okay? Jamaica, if you get into the food production instead of the tourism, you'll be able to capture your own. So use the hurricane and start planting seeds. It left behind fertile silk. It left behind opportunity. And so during your suffering, you must see the opportunity to transform your life. Okay? Y'all must see that. Y'all must see that. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, you guys. If you guys are wanting readings and all that type of stuff, we're gonna start making y'all do these roses and all of that to do it, because it's just too many people, and I can't quantify who to do. Okay, unless y'all coming up on the live. All right. So understanding this information is going to be the future. The future of medicine is no medicine at all. Okay. If you guys are interested in your owner's manual, please DM us and we'll get you that information that you need. Anybody got any other questions thus far? Okay, any questions thus far? Okay, so understanding that we're all in that depressive state, we got to learn what to do to come up out of it. Okay, and that singing, laughing, dancing, and that touching, man, I promise you, it seems simple. You look stupid doing it. I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, your ass look stupid over there, huh? Hey, wrong with you? Hell yeah, your ass over there look goddamn crazy. They're going left and right, looking like goddamn Frankenstein, old crazy ass motherfucker. But guess what? Guess what? Your healing is your responsibility. And that laughter that you're going to get after the humming, after the dancing, you get to get that good old laughter because you do look stupid. I'm be the first one to tell you, your motherfucking ass looks stupid, right? But it's good laughter that you can't get. When the last time you laughed at yourself? You done laughed at everybody else and everything else, but when the last time you laughed at yourself? You done sang about everybody else, but when the last time you sing to yourself? When you done dance, you know you like to dance now. You'll jump on the scribble pole in a minute. You'll jump on and lap. You like dancing with your friends, but when the last time that you just danced by yourself, with yourself? So you'll start seeing how therapeutic this stuff becomes for you. Okay, you'll start seeing it, and you'll start realizing that no, he right. Golden seal ain't stronger than my serotonin. Probiotics ain't stronger than my serotonin. That if I really want to deal with my gut health, I must know that 90% of serotonin is created in my gut. So if I just be at peace, because serotonin is bringing me peace, baby. If I just be at peace in my life, then that means I got peace in my gut. So I don't need a probiotic or a prebiotic. I need peace. Peace within means peace. Peace without means peace within. as above, so below, as without, so within. So the brother is saying that if 90% of serotonin is made in the gut, if 80% of your immune system is in the gut, then all you got to do is be peaceful. And peace in your life outside. If you bring peace to the waves of life outside of you, you bring peace to the waves of life inside of you. You don't need to buy nothing anymore. You just simply need to invest in the information about you. You don't need to buy anything anymore frivolously. You without understanding thyself. You need to just simply invest in the information you need about you. Nothing more, nothing less. It's time for you to start making love to yourself. And we're going to teach you how with your honest man. That fact changed my life. Serotonin produced in the gut. Why push? Yes, I'm telling you, this is your medicine. I'm telling you, they be pushing all this medicine. Like, why y'all pushing the medicine on these people when you can just show them how to do these different things, man, and it's going to produce in itself. You say y'all want to laugh, let's laugh. We'll laugh together. Y'all want to laugh together? Put some ones in the chat if y'all want to laugh together. Put some ones in the chat if y'all want to laugh together. I got about 8-9 minutes. Y'all want to look crazy together? Let's look crazy together. Put some ones in the chat on YouTube and on TikTok if y'all want to laugh together. I've been showing y'all how to sing. I done showed y'all how to dance, and everybody been like, you don't do the other stuff. So I'm gonna show y'all how to laugh together. Now this shit gonna be funny because we ain't got nothing to laugh about, but we finna laugh. And this is how you start to produce these things, okay? Put some ones in the chat on YouTube. Put some ones in the chat on TikTok. If y'all want to laugh together, let's look crazy together, okay? Let's look crazy together. I'm going to give everybody an opportunity. So let's do this. Once we get to 100K, let's go ahead and do it. So we at 93. All right, we're at 93K right now. Once we get to 100K, we just finna bust out laughing. Goddamn, we finna do it. Laughing. Laughing is the medicine for today. Okay, so that we can get this depressive thing up off of us. Gotta show you how to laugh. Now, obviously, you can go and get a comedy tape. You can go get Cat Williams. You can go get. I like Red Fox. I like Old Boy from Baby Kids. I like to listen to what his name is, Eddie Murphy and all these old comedians. But I like to listen to them on tape without watching them, because it get kind of funny because you got to use your own imagination, okay? All right, we almost there, you guys. We at 95. Okay, we got 5K more to go, and then we finna bust our laugh. Y'all want to bust our laugh? Look at my kids over there like, yeah. Y'all just gonna laugh at anything anyway. All right, so this busting out laughing, they're gonna be funny all the time. I'm a model number 6. Thanks for the valuable info. Yeah, no problem, Monica. No problem. Yeah, Richard Pryor, that Robin Williams. Yeah, man, and just listen to him on YouTube. It'll make you laugh. My husband laugh at Red Fox every day. Yeah, that Red Fox fire. Red Fox is fire, especially his old stand-up. And you don't see him. You just got to listen to him. Just tapes. And it just gets you to imagine. Robin Williams was good at that too. Okay? All right. So what we at now? We at 98.6, 98.7. We almost there. We finna get our laugh on in this thing, all right? We finna get our laugh on in this thing. Go tell somebody this finna be the funniest goddamn thing on YouTube, okay? So if you guys missed this, you can go to YouTube and upload this. It will be uploaded as soon as we get finished with the live. All right, so we at 100K. Y'all ready to laugh? On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Start laughing. Hell no, y'all want that crazy. Hell no, y'all crazy. You know what's so funny? That I know some of y'all stupid ass, some busy doing it with me. That was so funny. Okay, and this is what I'm trying to get you to see, that when you start laughing, what we're doing is rhythmic patterns of breathing. Listen to the laugh. See how I'm exhaling more than I'm inhaling. When I'm exhalation more than I inhale, I'm slowing down my breathing, slowing down my body, and I'm producing endorphins. I'm producing my medicine, and I didn't have to go and get cat with. I didn't have to pay. So you don't have to pay the doctor. See, the doctors of laughter are comedians, but because you don't know how to laugh, you don't have to keep paying doctors because you gonna learn how to produce your own medicine. You learn how to produce your own medicine. Okay? Learn how to produce your own medicine. Now, some of y'all still laughing. Okay? But that's all it is, your natural laugh. Your natural laugh, you keep doing that. Now, you're going to need to do that for about a minute or two. Once you do that for about a minute or two, you start laughing at yourself. You start saying like, hell no, I'm sitting here forcing a laugh, and this shit getting funnier and funnier as I keep forcing it. And then now natural laugh starts to come in and embed and foundate the fake laugh. And then now you're actually really, and guess what? You didn't need to take no medication. You didn't need to pay no money. You just need to watch HerbMan one time. And he showed you how to heal yourself. I love you guys, man. We'll come on tomorrow. We'll do something else. But I love you guys. If you guys are interested in your owner's manual, please DM me. Get with somebody that knows me. Or get how you do. Get your own manual. You don't need to speak English. You don't need to be black. This is for the world. So no matter where you are, we can get you your owner's manual. We love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Until next time. Love her, man. Peace. Hope you got your laugh on, man. We appreciate all of you guys. Until next time. Peace, peace, peace. Woo, sir! Yes, sir! Peace, peace.
Yeah. I like this one.